Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm really pumped to talk to you about my 2025 goals because I think goals are fun. There is nothing more I love than a fresh start. The fresh new year, the Chinese New Year, your birthday, my birthday, a Monday, the beginning of a month, a Wednesday, if that's how you deem a fresh start. No rules exist. So I just love a fresh start. And what I usually accompany with those fresh starts is goals. And that can sound lame, but it's not, because progress is cool. A word on goals before we move forward is I've done some reflecting lately, and I think that in my past relationship with goals, it was kind of a negative experience because for most of my life, goal setting revolved around weight loss goals, which were always failed. And when you're always failing your goals, you never get that dopamine hit of achieving something, and you're always feeling like a failure. And so if any of your past relationships have been with goal setting, with weight loss, or anything to do with weight, honestly, throw those out the window and have a new look at goals where it's not weight-based, because wow, that is truly life-changing. When I was 26, I set and hit one of my first goals, which was to save $50,000. And I grinded my freaking ass off and I made that happen. And it was an amazing goal because I literally was like, I pulled it out of thin air. I did the math to make sure it was achievable. I didn't do it within a year, I think maybe a year or two. And it happened, and like since then I've kind of been obsessed with like setting goals because it like trains your subconscious to like also work with you to achieve them. I'm not gonna get all woo-woo on you, but I will say over the last few years I've gotten more and more intentional with my goal setting, and that's been really cool because it's been along like hand in hand with journaling. So I've really been journaling, like trying to soul search, like what do I really want out of life? What do I want out of this year, or whatever it may be, and really focus on those things instead of just being like, well, I want to do this and I want to be a gardener and I want to do this. And like, don't get me wrong, there's so many interests I have. And so like narrowing down the goals is kind of key for me. And that's what I've really learned the last couple years. And by couple of years, I kind of mean last year, because last year I set a vision board, and it was my first vision board. It was really exciting. And I think there was like, 10-ish things on there, but I only achieved 3 of them. And that was really cool, and I was really happy with that. But I think the thing that held me back a little bit was I was like really aggressive in my goals. Like I must do this and I must do that. And I had like so many things that overall, all of the goals kind of felt overwhelming. And I basically accomplished, well, I did 3 of them, but it kind of felt like none at the end of the day. So I was like, I'm not gonna let that happen again. I'm gonna really try to focus my time and energy on things I actually want to make happen, because I've realized when I set too many goals, I tend to fail them all. So I'm kind of trying to go for a middle number here that I'm still able to achieve, but yet, it takes some work. Anyways, all this leads to what are my 2025 goals. My first goal of 2025 is to achieve the front splits. Now, this has been one of my goals literally my entire life, and I don't ever remember a time where I totally had them. I was really close, but I decided this is my year, and I even signed up for some gymnastics classes that helps me with my flexibility. So we're working on front splits, middle splits, things like that. But my main priority is just to get the front split. I just feel like it's just a natural girly tendency to like want to do the splits. If you're over 30, I recommend you don't try this at home. Just kidding. I do recommend you stretch first, and I'm halfway stretched, so we'll see how this goes, but I wanted to, put myself out there for y'all. So this is where I'm at on my front splits. Ooh, not bad. Trying to keep my hips square. Anyways, this is where we're starting out. Next up, freestanding handstand. You might be noticing a theme, but the theme basically stops here. I just have this like need to like want to be a gymnast since I was little. And when I was in high school, I was able to do cartwheels, and I actually was able to do a back handspring, but I'm like, I'm not getting any younger, and this body is starting to get a little aged, and I need to be able to A, learn new tricks, B, execute cool tricks, C, have a party trick. So we are working on our freestanding handstand. I'm also taking courses for that. I said I'd give you a handstand. Here's a handstand. We're beginning stages, but that's okay. That's actually not too bad. progress. Any other millennials out there that were obsessed with Stick It, and this is a common theme for us? Number 3 is get 1,000 subscribers on the YouTube. You could help me right now by subscribing. I have had this goal since 2019 when I met my friend Kevin, 30 and a Wake Up YouTuber, and he has been cruising along on his YouTube journey, and I've just been watching from the sidelines, and I'm like, oh, next year I'll do it. Oh, next year I'll do it. But this is the year. I decided I'm going to give myself a good old YouTube chance, and if I don't make it this year and I hate the process, then I can quit, but I want to at least say I tried. So 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. You could help me out if you want. Okay, number 4 is take dance classes and MMA classes. So this was my goal last year, and I just wanted to take one a quarter, and I even failed that goal. Again, at the end of 2024, I was like, I'm not letting this happen again. And so I signed up for classes immediately in January. So I've technically accomplished this goal, but because I've taken dance and MMA. We are struggling. I've taken dance and MMA classes already this year. Woo, go me. I already accomplished a goal, and I got through that sentence. Both very tricky things to do. So yes, I've taken both those classes so far, and I'm loving it, but I guess it's going to be consistency is key. But really, I want to just figure out, like, am I enjoying those classes? Do I want to continue putting my time and money into those classes? And so far, the answer is yes. And I'm excited to, be able to beat up the bad boys. I don't know, or just protect myself because I'm a single girl. Number 5 is fire my financial advisor, which kind of sounds bad, but it's not. It's all good things. So I have a financial advisor I actually got when I accomplished that goal of like saving $50,000, and I had this money, and I was like, I should save some of it or invest it. And I got a financial advisor, and he invested it for me because I didn't know much about it at the time. Now I'm realizing there's so much education and content out there that helps you learn how to invest, and I'm taking one of those courses, and ultimately I just need to like put my money in a Roth IRA or like in the S&P 500 and just like let it sit, let it grow, and that's all I really need. And so this year I am firing my financial advisor, learning how to invest on my own, click the buttons, and go on my merry way and save, that 1% I was spending on hiring them in the first place. So really, really pumped about this goal because it's going to take growth and learning, but really excited to take my destiny into my own hands. There's one particular course I've been taking. It's from Personal Finance Club, and it's their investing class. And I am obsessed. I'm a chronic course buyer, and when I tell you this is the best course I've bought, I totally mean it. Would recommend if you are looking to invest as well. Number 6 is figure out my hip pain. So I've been having some leg issues on this right leg, a little bit of hamstring glute issue, and then because of that, I think I overcompensated on my left hip, and I have a torn labrum now. And so I've gone to the orthopedic doctor, and I've started physical therapy. So I'm on my way to figuring this out, but hopefully I can have all the answers and be totally fixed by the end of the year and feel like a normal 32-year-old again. Number 7 is to launch my newsletter. So I just have all this creative energy flowing out of me, and it's never fit into like a perfect tied niche on Instagram or TikTok or whatever. And so I decided to start a newsletter to talk about all of my interests in there, but not in like a really boring, like long paragraph format. It's like, oh, I want to talk about finance. Here's a little blurb about finance. Oh, here's something I learned last year. And so it's like a little bit educational, inspirational, relatable. I tell you about successes and failures and all of that good stuff in there. So if you're interested in signing up for my newsletter, it's going to be in the description below, but that is one of my goals this year, is to launch that newsletter, accomplished, but then also keep it up for every month of the year. Number 8 is read 50 books. Now, this has also been my goal for the last 2 years, and I keep failing, but like I said, fail forward. So a couple years ago, I read like 23 books. Last year, I read 25, and so I don't consider that a fail because I'm still reading 25 books a year. So this year, I actually am off to a really, really good start, and I'm on pace to hit 50, so we'll see how that keeps up. I will keep you updated. Those are my 2025 goals. Some easier than others, but all of them are technically doable. I would love to hear what goals you're prioritizing this year, month, week, whatever it may be. You never know who you're gonna inspire by dropping those comments in the chat. And if you're watching this video because you don't have 2025 goals yet, but you're trying to inspire yourself, Hell yes, it is never too late to get started. I'm filming this video at the end of February, and sure, I've started on some of my goals, but it literally, you could write them today and still accomplish them. You can write goals in October for the year and still finish them. So it's not too late, and I hope you at least write one goal that you feel really proud about and can start working on today. That's the video. If you are still listening, you are the type of subscriber I would love to have for both my YouTube channel and my newsletter. And so I'd love if you would subscribe to either or both of those. But regardless, thanks for watching. Love to have you. Catch you next time.